Avoidants don't handle criticism well at all. Have you ever noticed that when you gave any kind of feedback, even if it was constructive to the avoidant, whether it's your avoidant partner or your avoidant ex, they didn't handle it all that well. They would get defensive and shut down, withdraw, pull away. Because when you give feedback, even if it's constructive, even if it's kindly worded, what they hear is you're failing, you're not enough, and it triggers their wound of shame. Every dismissive avoidant that I have worked with has one major thing in common. They had a parent that was very critical of them, not just correcting, but critical, very judgmental, harsh, with high expectations. So what they got trained to believe was they are inherently not enough, and they are either perfect or they are worthless. It is that wound of shame, that feeling like I'm defective and not lovable. It comes from the combination of severe emotional neglect and that critical, controlling parent. So when you're giving your feedback, they're hearing that they're not enough and they're failing. And reflecting on that and taking accountability, well, that's vulnerability. And vulnerability feels deeply unsafe to their nervous system. It wasn't safe for them to open up and express their feelings in childhood. Their emotions were shot down brutally. So they learned to stuff it and suppress it. Plus, there's that wound of shame. Being open and vulnerable in their mind leads to rejection. It leads to even potentially abandonment, because that's what happened in childhood. They expressed themselves, they got shot down, they got rejected. So when you give feedback, you're not going to generally get the result you want from them, because they're not hearing what you're actually saying. They're hearing that shame. They're hearing the you're failing, and probably getting defensive and saying stuff like, well, I'm just never enough. I never do anything right. Or going quiet altogether. And it's very frustrating because you just want this person to hear you. You just want them to consider your feelings and show up for you. But understand, it's not your fault. You're not responsible for those wounds. All you can do on your end is communicate in a non-critical way. Try to say those I feel statements. I feel this way. I feel this is what I need. This is how I feel when this happens. And try to eliminate you as much as possible. Like you failed or you did this, you. It'll come across less attacking. But even still, they probably aren't going to receive it well. So that only leaves you with one option left. Hold your boundaries, which are your limits of what you'll allow and what you'll subject yourself to. Because you're not obligated to remain on the receiving end of bad behavior if they aren't willing to make adjustments and show up for you.